Golf News RI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast. Happy Thursday night. I'm Golf News RI co-founder Joe Calabro. Joining me is Golf News RI's Rich Capali. He's going to be busy watching the Bruins game for most of the night, so I'll be doing most of the talking, which is fine. Rich, how are you doing today?
Good. Had to work today. Couldn't get around in, but I am playing at 8:20 tomorrow. So 8:20 tomorrow, and then 7:20 on Sunday. So,
Sunday's going to be a brute.
Sunday, Monday, and
something
Tuesday.
degrees.
Oh yeah,
it's going to be great.
Light clothes weather.
Yeah, so super excited for that. So anyway, busy week this week. No, another busy week for Golf News RI. Super exciting stuff. I want to start, actually right off the bat, quick shout out to our good friend, Scotty Boulis, who's getting married this weekend.
Oh, Scotty.
So he often tunes into the show, and so just wanted to give him a quick shout out. I'm trying to share this. Obviously, lots of PGA Tour stuff going on. They barely played, well, I don't say barely played, but they didn't get much in today because of the rain. Obviously, the U.S. Women's Open going on over at Olympic Club. That started late on Peacock, and then I think they switched over to Golf Channel, if I'm not mistaken. So there is that. Quick note. Sorry, sharing on the Facebook machine. Thanks to everybody who turned out for the book signing on Saturday. We had a pretty good turnout, and Peter May, the author, sold a good number of books, so it was a success. So that's great. Ken Allen, thanks for watching. Rick Capali, thanks for watching. Tina Signori, thanks for watching right off the jump. And anyway, so let's get into it. I want to start this week. Obviously, the big story was High School Golf State Championship over at Cranston Country Club. I was there both days. It was a ton of fun. On a personal note, it was fun to see all my media friends and Joe Kayada and Nick Coy and all those guys. So it was fun to talk to them and hang out with them for the afternoon on Tuesday and Wednesday. Obviously, as we posted, and you saw some of the videos that we posted on Facebook. I don't know how many videos I posted on Tuesday and Wednesday. I just kept going. Bishop Hendricken won the team state title by 6 shots over East Greenwich. So congrats to them. They put a lot of work in, obviously, as all teams do. It was pretty interesting because East Greenwich was in the lead after the first round. They had a 1-shot lead after the first round, and Hendricken came back and posted a big round on a Wednesday. So congrats to Hendricken. And for them, it's their first title since 2017. The other story that came out of it, obviously, they do a state title, or a team title rather, and an individual title. And the individual title was won by LaSalle's Max Jackson. This kid is going to be a phenom. He won it with two under par for the tournament. He was one under on both days. The first day, and I have a quick video I want to play in a second with him, some highlights, and his post-round reaction that we got. And what was impressive about it was his first round, he bogeyed 2 of the first 4 holes. And he played the rest of the round in 3 under.
Pretty nice.
He's 15 years old.
Sounds like my first 4 holes. Yeah. Three over, somewhere around there,
You don't play the rest of the round in 3 under, though. And he's 15 years old.
He's only 15?
Yeah,
Wow.
He's a freshman. He's a freshman phenom, is what everyone's calling him at LaSalle. So that was pretty exciting. And I know we have the video queued up here, some quick highlights. And then some of his reaction after the round. Golf News RI talked with him. He talked about winning, and they talked about hopefully hoping to dominate high school golf for the next 4 years. So roll it, Mr. Producer Man.
Well, I'm so happy. I've worked very hard over the last couple weeks coming up to this tournament. As I said before yesterday, I wasn't playing great coming into this week, but the last 10 days have been very, very stressful and just trying to get ready, but I'm so happy. Yeah, I look up to Patrick and Davis and all those guys. What Davis did at the 4-ball was cool, so hopefully I can get to that stage and that's what I'm looking up to, and that's my goal right now.
There we go. So there you have it. Just a few sound bites from Max Jackson after the round. It seems like a very quiet kid. Obviously, you can tell, and everyone thinks he's going to be a star player. People have been talking about him for a couple of years now, ever since he was in a young kid. I think at 12 years old, he made it to the RA amateur, and he just won last year. Actually, he won the Pawtucket Club Championship at 14. We actually reported that story because when I put the article up, it came up in related articles. So pretty impressive stuff for a 15-year-old.
Yeah, kid's a baby. It's insane. I can't even remember when I was a freshman. Oh man. So
that was the big story that came out of it. It'd be fun to watch him over the next couple of years and see where he goes to school and who recruits him and all kinds of stuff. But he could be on that level. I mean, people. I was talking to some of the other media there, and I said, Max Jackson looks like he's going to win this thing because he opened the final round with a 2-shot lead for the individual title, and somebody said, oh, he's a freshman. He's not going to win it as a freshman. Oh no!
No, he did.
All of a sudden, he had a 6-shot lead.
That's crazy. You said he bogeyed 2 out of his first 4 and then went 3 under
in the first round. In the first round of the tournament on Tuesday.
Crazy.
He bogeyed 2 of his first 4 holes. I think he bogeyed 2. He might have bogeyed 2 and 4 actually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, but he might have bogeyed 2 and 4. He played the rest of the round in 3 under with no bogeys, and then the second round he went bogey free on the back 9 and 2 birdies.
How you doing?
I was at 16. I'm trying to think of the holes at Cranston. At 16, they moved the tee up, and all the kids drove the green. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, they moved the tee up, but it was still a shot. They still had to hit it 240, 250 probably to get it there. Yeah. And they all drove the green. They all had eagle putts, tapping birdies.
Nice.
So that was pretty impressive.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a fun 2 days for Max. He talks about it in another clip that I might run over the weekend. Talks about what's next for him. He actually winning the state title actually gets him into the RA amateur.
Oh, nice. So
he'll be at Kirkbrake Country Club in a couple weeks. Or in a month, I guess. Not a couple weeks. I wish it was a couple weeks. So he's at that. Plus, for Hendricken, Ricky Angeli, who's the coach's son, and he finished 3rd in the tournament, I believe. He already qualified for the amateur. He qualified last week. So he'll be there as well. So there's a couple of young kids playing the RA Amateur this year. And speaking of the RA Amateur, while we're on it, their second qualifier is coming up on Monday at Foster. So that's going to be interesting to watch and see who gets through. And then the final one, I think, is a week or 2 later at Crystal Lake, which I think is one that everyone's looking forward to. I know
it's one of my favorite public courses. I love that place.
Yeah, so it should be interesting to see how the scores differentiate. So there is that. Saturday we actually have coming up. I talked to him today. Super excited for the story. And you guys know him because you're at the King. But our friend Chris Lucier is a Special Olympic athlete. He's actually going to be attempting to qualify for the amateur on Monday. So on Saturday we'll have a story about him and his career, his life kind of thing. And the struggles and the things that have come out of it. So really looking forward to that. I'm going to try to start writing it tomorrow or start writing it tonight, and finish it tomorrow. But talk to him today for a while and his father. So super exciting stuff for Chris, and hopefully he gets through. That'd be pretty special if a Special Olympic athlete. Now, granted, he's a very good golfer. He's not like he's some. He's not like he's some schmuck, but still,
he can pipe the ball.
Special Olympics is Special Olympics, mm-hmm. And so that'd be great if he can make it. But either way, we'll have a story on him on Saturday. So really looking forward to that. Locally, as far as club news goes, as I said, they have the amateur qualifying on Monday at Foster. We just posted a little while ago. Mass Golf had their first qualifier today at Brookline. Their mass amateur qualifying is at Brookline Country Club. How about that?
The Country Club?
Yeah.
How
about that for a qualifier? No
bad.
Problem.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Just Tom Brady's house in the background.
I think has that house even been sold yet?
I don't even. It actually might have. I'm not positive, but I think it might have.
So we'll see. But anyway, So we posted those results. Interesting that I found out today, because I was curious about Jamestown Country Golf Course and their new clubhouse. Remember we put a story up with a slideshow about it, and they hadn't have any updates or no one knows much. So I actually called them this morning just to get an update. And what I didn't know is that there's a new clubhouse. You can look it up on our website. It'll come up. It looks like amazing. It looks completely beautiful. You've seen it. But what I didn't know is the lady said that they only have the first floor. The town has the second floor. So I thought that was interesting. I had no idea.
That's a good use of space, I guess, because obviously there's not that much room out there. You know, they want to put as many houses or anything. But have you been there before?
No.
I've driven by, and it's legit. Like the water's here with the Newport Bridge in the background, and Jamestown Golf Course is on the other side. And then like 3 seconds later, you're driving like through the middle of town, which is cool. We should go play there on a Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, the pictures.
I've never played there, but I've driven by there.
The pictures of it look amazing. We had that drone video somebody did that we ran last year, and it looked amazing with the water right there. And I guess a lot of the holes on the water. It must be close.
It's not. None of them are on the actual water because it's on the other side of the road. Like I said, I haven't played there before, but I'm pretty sure none of the holes are on the water because it borders the clubhouse borders the water, and everything goes that way. So, but yeah, we'll get around down there before the summer's over.
Yeah, for sure. I think we should try to start playing at some other places as well. So totally. I mean, the lady said, like, "Oh, feel free to come down. We'd love to have you guys or whatever." And so
that's a different way of doing it. Yeah, town on the second floor and then the clubhouse on the first. I guess it's a good use of space. I guess
I mean, they're a public course. I mean, how much of a clubhouse?
It's
really
kind of
need,
like a muni, I guess.
Yeah. So there is that. Obviously, some PGA Tour stuff real quick. We're kind of jumping around today, and he's focused on the Bruins. Anyway, so I'm trying to keep him involved. Barely any golf. They barely played. Memorial was almost a complete washout. A lot of guys finished, but almost a complete washout.
Jason Day pull out.
Jason Day withdrew from the back.
You're saying his back. I thought it was his neck, but it was something. It was that's bad news, especially with the U.S. Open coming up. Back injury, yep. The field size is now 120 players.
So interesting thing with Jason Day, what this means is, unless he's going to play a Monday qualifier, he's not going to make the U.S. Open because he's not. He didn't automatically get in. So now this was his last chance to make the U.S. Open. I think.
Wow,
that's my understanding. Unless he plays a Monday qualifier.
Unless he plays, imagine that.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Who's your playing partner? Jason Day. What? Like, okay.
And I believe Ricky Fowler has to play a Monday qualifier too. Somebody tweeted out a list of players that are playing Monday qualifiers, and I think he was on it. But to his credit, Ricky is 3 under today. Shot 3 under today, yeah. And
unless he wins today.
Unless he wins,
yeah.
Him and JT.
Well, he didn't play that bad at the PGA, given the conditions. I mean, it was a hell of a weekend, especially with somebody who doesn't have their stuff together. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So interesting goings on the PGA Tour for sure. And then we have the U.S. Women's Open over at Olympic Club. That started late. That'll be interesting to see who comes out of that. They'll be playing golf probably late into the night, I'm assuming, because they're on the other side of the country. So I wrote down some notes on that. Is it Mel Reid?
Mel Reid. Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yep.
Hold on 1 second. Mel Reid. Yeah. She leads at 4 under right now. So they're saying that the rough is very brutal. Oh yeah. Out there.
That's U.S. Open, baby. Let's go.
So it'll be interesting to watch the scores for that, and obviously we'll have coverage of that throughout the weekend. No worries. You're allowed to cough. Colin Marcow leads the PGA Tour today. What do you think about? I mean, he's kind of tailed off since his PGA win.
Yeah.
Do you like him as a player? You think he's going to be a stud?
I do. I liked him before his PGA win, his PGA Championship win. I'm sorry. He's very personable. Seems like a nice dude, young kid. Part of that tailor-made group of DJ, Sergio, Tiger, Rory, all those guys. So I like him. I think he's just going to get better. He was a stud in college, obviously, and I think he's going to be a stud.
So a kid that played in the Northeast Amateur here at Wannamoyset. He won it actually. So we always certainly root for him. But that's what kind of going on the PGA Tour. Other golf news. I know you're into the college golf scene a little bit. Tough loss for Oklahoma on Wednesday. They lost to Pepperdine 3-2. That's the second time they lost to Pepperdine this season.
It's crazy.
If you remember, Pepperdine beat them in the Eastlake Cup earlier this year in the match play portion of it. So tough loss for Oklahoma and Patrick Welch, but for Patrick, he didn't really play. He sat on the bench most of
Was there a reason for that?
Most of the tournament. I was told from talking to people at the high school tournament over the last couple of days, because a lot of them know him, or not necessarily coach them. Classical wasn't there, but know him, and they said he's just struggling.
Oh, he's on the struggle bus.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's just he lost his father earlier this year, which made national news.
Yeah.
But Golf Digest cited us in an article on it. So I don't know if that's it. But,
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's tough.
and it's been a few months, but I mean, I don't think you'd ever get over something like that, especially at that age.
It takes a while.
So I don't know if that's it. I mean, they put him back in for the quarterfinal match, and he got drubbed. And then they subbed him back out for Garrett Reband, who's also been struggling on their team, and he's like one of the best players in the country. He actually qualified Garrett did for PGA Tour University, so he's going right to the Korn Ferry Tour.
Nice.
But he's been struggling, so the coach put him in the next day, and he got killed, and then he got smoked again in the national championship. So I don't know what's going on.
You put a struggle for a struggle, and that doesn't usually bode well.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it was fun to cover college golf. Obviously, Patrick has one more year left, and some of the other guys do as well. So it was fun to cover college golf, even though not necessarily local teams were competing. Although URI had a decent year, and so did Bryant. But it was fun to dive into a team and really try to learn about a team that you wouldn't even think of. Like I never think of Oklahoma,
no.
But because Patrick was on the team and we covered him, and not that we have to know every in and out, but it was fun to look in.
Sorry.
The Bruins are up 1-0.
1-0.
If those that are wondering. So there's
And yes,
that.
I'm on a delay. I already knew the goal was coming.
And so there's that for those that are interested, which I'm not. But either way, I don't know why they have games on Thursday nights. This game should have been on. I'm just kidding. Don't they know the Golf Dudes podcast is on Thursday nights?
Right. Well, in all fairness, you did give me you gave me the option to take the night off.
I told you to.
I'm persevering.
Because I knew you were going to struggle. And right if I missed the playoffs, so if it was a regular season,
Yeah.
But anyways, so there's that going on. Let's hit our great promo that we did. We'll come back. We'll talk about what we have coming up. Well, I actually have. Well, I got to confirm it first. But I might have something coming up tomorrow, and we'll talk about some more PGA Tour stuff, some interesting goings on. By the way, Craig Smith scored according to Joe Kayada, who now follows us on Twitter. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's right. I told him what to shoot, and what highlights to shoot, and what players to cover the last 2 days. He better follow us. But anyway, so let's toss the commercial. Let's hit our promo. We'll come back. We'll talk about some PGA Tour stuff. Talk about some amateur golf stuff. I know that's what people like to hear about. Obviously, a big amateur season, and hoping to have somebody have a special show tomorrow, early in the morning. Not early, but mid-morning, as we try to start some RI amateur series stuff and try to get some of these guys on in advance of the tournament. So let's hit the commercial, and we'll be right back. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armin Katayan. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Pig.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
When we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National, you could not see 50 yards.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for tuning into the Golf Dudes podcast here on Coalition Talk Radio. Pat Ford is in the building. Just letting everyone know he
just waved, just so you guys know.
He has a big show after us, so make sure you stay tuned. He thinks he does. You never really know. Indie media is tough. So that is what is going on. Chris Lucier says, thanks for mentioning me and my dad. Chris Lucier is watching, thank you. Yes, we have a story on Chris coming up on Saturday, as I mentioned. So super excited for that. Super excited to get to work on that later tonight after the show. And it should be great. And hopefully, like you said, he qualifies. You know Chris very well at the King. It'd be like we talked about off the top, it'd be a heck of a story.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I see him every Thursday. I go down there, sometimes on the weekends. His dad's a maintenance guy at the golf course. Does a phenomenal job. And yeah, definitely good luck on Monday.
How many shots does he beat you by?
The last time he said he played, I think I talked to him last Thursday. I think he shot 78, I think, or something like that. So a lot. Yeah.
So a lot.
By 19 probably, or 20. Because I shot an 89 on Sunday, so.
And then you play good. You play good last Thursday.
87.
Too.
Yeah. Numbers are coming down, baby.
So
finally.
That's good. Hopefully I can crank
after
out,
an awful year last year.
Hopefully I can crank out an 87 this weekend. My dad will be very happy because that means
confidence boost.
Most likely we'll be into the Kirkbride 4-ball. So we have a Kirkbride this week is a huge tournament, 4-ball qualifying. There's 36 teams signed up. 32 make the cut.
All right, so four is the odd man out.
So, so super excited for that. I haven't played much. I'm playing a practice round tomorrow afternoon to try to get this stuff straightened out. But super excited for that, and hopefully be fun to make a deep run. Obviously, it'd be fun to win it. We got our name on the wall. And the 4-ball is obviously one of the big tournaments at Kirkbride. Obviously, there's a club championship and 4-day and all this stuff, but 4-ball is right up there. So hopefully it'll be fun to make a run. And who knows what the status of my dad's game is. That's the great unknown.
Yeah.
But you never know. Hopefully we'll keep those Captain and Orange juices flowing, and we'll be in a nice state going forward. But super excited for that. On Saturday, I just have to make sure I am ready for it, which is a whole nother story. Anyways, what do you have? I know you said you're playing on Sunday. Anything coming up at the King as far as big tournaments or anything going on?
No.
By the way, they've gotten rave reviews over the shape that the course is in. People have been posting on because I follow the King's Crossing.
Just needed a little rain, baby.
Yeah,
we're good. You played on Thursday. You thought it was good shape, yeah.
Well, I'm on the King's Crossing Golf Facebook, not the club Facebook page, but the fan,
the comments page, the ratings page and stuff like that. Yeah,
and everyone says how nice it is. So
it's
good for them.
It's good, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I'll have you. I sent you the picture of the events, right?
Yeah.
So we'll post. I have it on my phone, and I'll post it later. Member guest is on a Sunday this year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So we will be participating in that, and then there's another. I think are we doing 2 member guests and 3 members? I think, or something like that. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's in September. I think the member guests. So yeah, we got plenty of time to get ready for that, and then we got all your 4th of July weekend festive shenanigans that we're going to partake in at Kirkbride. So.
Yeah,
it's going to be a summer, baby.
We have it's going to be a crazy couple of weeks. So we're going to have at least golf and Uriah-wise, we have the Northeast Amateur at the end of June. Mm-hmm. That goes right into the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. Then the week after the 4th of July is the RI Amateur at Kirkbride. So it's going to be it's almost I don't know if it's back-to-back weeks, but it's pretty close. So if not, there's 1 week in between. But it's pretty close.
The member 3 and the 4th of July, we have tournament conditions, like actual RI Amateur conditions.
It's going to be close.
Oh, no.
It's going to be close.
Oh boy,
they're already getting the.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like that's a week before. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah, so it's gonna
be
in
the fairway. Do not hit it in the rough.
It's gonna be quite something. But it's gonna be an exciting time for us golf wise, and an exciting time for us news wise, for sure. Speaking of the RI Amateur, I know people like the amateur coverage. Obviously, we had one qualifier last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess. At Swansea. I'm sorry, I blanked.
I did too, actually.
I completely blanked at where it was. And then this week, obviously, at Foster, it's going to be interesting to see, because Foster is kind of like a weird track,
Yes,
to say the least.
very weird.
And so it's going to be interesting to see what the scores were. First of all, they're going to have amazing weather conditions.
Yeah.
At Swansea, they had a lot of wind, which they had higher scores, and the cut jumped.
Yeah.
From when my buddy Derek finished to when the last guy finished, the cut moved at least 3 or 4 spots. I just kept watching. I was like, oh my God, this guy's not going to make the cut. Then all of a sudden, he made the cut.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see what the scores are at Foster. Do you think these guys are going to tear that course up, or what do you think these amateur players?
Yeah, if it's perfect conditions, they should have no problem beating the course up. I mean, I haven't played. I've only played there once, and when I did, it wasn't in great shape. But it's a very quirky course. Lots of dog legs, lots of targets, narrow like chutes. You gotta hit through. But if it's in good shape, the grass. I mean, obviously they're having a qualifier there, so it's in good shape. As long as the grass is in good shape, the rough, everything like that, they should pick it apart. I mean, especially these guys are some of the best golfers in the state, so yeah, they should pick it apart.
So we'll have that covered on Monday. I won't be there, but I'll cover it. I'll follow the live scoring. I'll post the link to the live scoring, and so people can click through and see it. I posted the link to the high school live scoring, and everybody loved it. Everyone was like, "This is great." No one, of course, knows about it because they don't. People that follow this stuff aren't on Twitter, and that's the only place you can really find it. And so I took the link and I just posted it on our page, and it was a huge hit, and people were sharing it. I'm like, it's just a link. But anyway, so I'll be sure I post that link early Monday morning so people can follow along. And as always, good luck to the Kirkbride boys that are playing. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure which one of them are playing, but I'm sure that a few of them are playing anyways. Yes. Your dad's watching. Say hi, Dad.
No, I was looking at the closed captioning. It's that's what caught my eye from across the screen.
That is weird. That's the first time that's ever happened. I didn't know what that was. Anyway, so yeah, if you're watching us on the computer, there's some weird closed captioning going on. I'm not really sure what that is, but I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. So we'll have some RA Amateur stuff. Speaking of the RA Amateur, I just confirmed he couldn't come on tonight. And he didn't see my message until late. But tomorrow morning, doing a special show at around 10:30, live on Facebook. I'm gonna have a defending RA Amateur champion Jamie Lukowitz on to kick off our RA Amateur series.
Very
nice. And I'm gonna try to get in a bunch of these guys leading up to the tournament. Obviously, once the tournament gets close, the Thursday before, I don't imagine anyone's gonna come on. So that'll just be us analysis and stuff, but I'm gonna try to bang out as many guys as we can, whether it's here, whether it's just me and you going out and get interviews, or whatever the case may be. I know if you want to hit up the King's Crossing guys or whatever, we can do that as well. But tomorrow, 10:30, Jamie Lukowitz will be on with me. We'll talk about last year's win. We'll talk about him defending. Talk about golf. Talk about other stuff as well. And so, looking forward to that. So. Again, tomorrow 10:30. So there is that. PGA Tour this weekend. What are you looking for? The Memorial. I don't know if you saw any of the course. Jack changed it all around.
Yeah, as Rom was finishing up.
Right, last year.
As soon as they'd move off the last hole, it started getting dug
Right,
up. That was
what
crazy. I'm gonna throw you a goose egg here. I haven't been really paying attention because I work today. So Thursday's usually when I get my golf fix in. Let's see what we got here.
Rom is 3 under.
Yeah.
So here you go. Why don't you do the leaders you usually do?
Oh, yeah.
You just
All
scroll down.
All right, we got Marcow at 6 under, Shoffley at 4 under, Cabrera Bayo 4 under, Justin Thomas 3 under, Shane Lowry 3 under, Rahm 3 under, Fowler 3 under. That's another good one. Big Daddy Duff 2 under, Jason Duffner. Let's see what else we got. Mark Leishman 2 under, Bryson 2 under, Patrick Reed 1 under. What else we got? Scotty Scheffler 1 under. Let's see. We got
now again,
Spieth's 1 under.
Keep in mind, most of these guys didn't finish.
They didn't finish.
These aren't full scores.
These guys are like through 11 or 10. Yeah. Patrick Cantlay 1 under. Let's see what else we got. Tony Finau even. What else? Let's see. Harold Varner the 3rd even. Taylor Gooch. I love that name. He's even. Stuart Sink even. Not too bad. 6 off the lead. Adam Scott even. Looks like Camila Villegas 1 over. Hideki Matsuyama 1 over. That's a big name. And
that looks like
Rory
way down.
Rory 1 over. Wow. Cameron Smith 1 over. Wow.
He's
sorry
falling.
if this is all new to me because I did not pay attention at all today. So this is all Harry Higgs 2 over. Yeah, he's kind of fallen off, huh?
Cameron Smith, he was a hot commodity at the Masters.
At the Masters and the last year's Masters and the President's Cup.
Yeah.
You know, and I do believe that's it. Gary Woodland, Danny Willett 3 over, Matt Fitzpatrick 3 over. Holy jeez, Doug Gim 3 over. Bubba 5 over. Keegan Bradley 6 over.
Wow, Jack made this place hard, huh? Good Lord. And these guys, I'm assuming these guys didn't play.
Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar withdrew. Wow.
He had an arm injury, they say, according to PGA Tour Communications on Twitter.
Oh, look at that. 10 over for Cameron Champ. Wowza. All right.
So, do you think this will be the last tournament that most of these guys play before the U.S. Open?
What's the date of the U.S. Open, do you know?
June 17th, I think.
Oh, June 7th.
This is the last real big tournament.
This is the
last
yeah, of course, yeah.
Jack,
it's Jack's house, this is probably it for a lot of these guys, other than guys fighting to get in, backdoored into the U.S. Open.
Have you looked at any early odds for the U.S. Open?
I haven't, no. I will definitely put something up or send something to you to put up regarding that, like early stuff. That way you can get your bets in. Now, like I said, they don't normally fluctuate because they don't. This is the last real tournament, and it's not really going to make a difference in the numbers or anything like that. So, I'll definitely put something together to put up for some early stuff.
One of the coolest stories from the PGA Tour involved Justin Thomas giving Michael Visacki, I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
That was crazy. I came across that on Twitter. I was like, wait a second, what? And then I watched the video. I was like, wow, okay.
That was definitely one of the coolest things.
Got a little misty in there.
We posted the video. I posted the video on Golf News RI on, I don't know what day it was. I think it was Monday the video came out. It was leaked isn't the right word, but it came out, I think, on Monday. I posted it, and it completely blew up on our website for some reason. Usually our PGA Tour stuff usually does okay, but nothing really once in a while, but nothing blows up like that. And that just went like crazy. So that was a pretty cool gesture from Justin Thomas. You wonder how Ralph Lauren is doing. I'm surprised. Are you surprised that didn't pick up another sponsor yet, a close sponsor? Did you think it was going to take this long, or do you think people are staying away on purpose?
Yes and no, and I think they're waiting it out to see what happens. Like nobody wants to be that company that goes after him too early. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, such and such a company, why they're jerks for picking up a guy that's that did that or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think he'll eventually pick somebody up. Because what is he with right now? He's got Titleist, NetJets, FootJoy, obviously Titleist, FootJoy. So I mean, he's got enough sponsors, but obviously he doesn't have a clothing sponsor. So, right. Yeah, I don't know what the thought the thought process has to be. Like, they don't want to jump, and nobody wants to jump in too soon. You know what I mean? So, that's got to be it.
Caitlin Allen, who loves Justin Thomas, says, "What a classy guy." It is for sure.
Was she talking about us, or was she talking?
No,
about
she's not talking.
I said you're in the wrong. You're in the wrong business, lady. You're in the wrong section.
No. We're not classy. No. Pat Ford, however, is a classic.
Yes.
So, anyways, he's just staring at me. We're in the studio. We have a little fun with our people that are sitting right across from us. If only you could see his face.
You date up. Yeah, you have to.
Like huge.
Oh man.
There is that. So, looking forward to the weekend for me. Big four-ball tournament. Playing a practice round tomorrow. Hopefully the rain holds off.
It should be all right. I think it's supposed to be like early morning. 4 or 5 in the morning, somewhere in there. So
yeah, so we don't play till like 1:40 in the afternoon. So
I got an 8:20. I should be all right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if we talked about this, but what did you think about the changes at King's Crossing? Have we talked about this on the air? I know we talked about it, me and you, but
what's the word I'm looking for? Visually, they're great, but I haven't experienced it yet because
You gotta
she's still
do
trying
that.
to.
Yeah.
Oh, I did hit into the hit it into the trap off the tee on 6 on the new tee, on the new sandbox. Jesus, sand trap.
Yes, the sandbox.
But it's
We played in the sandbox.
Yeah, we played in the sandbox. But everything's a free drop out of there because he wants all the grass to grow and everything like that, all the sod to mend and everything like that. So visually, it looks great. Like I said, all we needed was a little bit of water, a little bit of rain, and we got a crap ton of it. So it's flourishing. We should be in tournament mode in the next week or two. As long as we keep cutting and keep rolling the greens, we'll be in tournament shape.
Awesome. Always enjoy being at the King. And again, thank you to everybody that came out to the King last Saturday for the book signing. It was a success. Obviously, the weather was terrible, so that kind of hurt a little bit.
The whole weekend was just atrocious.
So that hurt a little bit, but we still did okay. And thanks to Peter Walsh for opening up the place and letting us host the event. And I know the King has a signed copy of the book from Peter May. And I was there today talking to obviously Chris, as we mentioned, and the book is proudly placed right on top of the bar there. So pretty cool.
We keep all the top shelf, baby.
Yeah. So pretty cool, and thanks to everybody for coming out. So a few things coming up just to go over. I know people are watching the Bruins game, and that's fine. It's the playoffs. I get it. If it was a regular season, there'd be no time for that nonsense. But it is the playoffs, so a couple of things to keep track of, and then I want to give Rich a quick Bruins minute, just because that's what he's watching. So tomorrow, 10:30 approximately, I'll be on Facebook Live with defending RI Amateur Champion Jamie Lukowicz. Super excited for that. We're going to try to, like I said, try to get a bunch of these guys in either on this show or on side shows to try to draw some attention to them and let everyone get to know the players before we go to the amateur in July. So there's that. Saturday, look out for the story on Chris Lucier, Special Olympic athlete, Special Olympic champion, which I didn't realize. I didn't realize he had won everywhere in Seattle and Greece and all these other places. I was like, oh, it's fascinating stuff. He's trying to qualify for the RI Amateur on Monday, so we'll have a story on him and his dad and his whole situation. It's pretty unbelievable stuff, and obviously we're rooting for him. And then obviously Monday, as we previewed a little bit, we have the second of 3 RI Amateur qualifiers. Always interesting to see how the cut moves. It'll be interesting to see how the course plays and all these other things. So that is what we have coming up. No lack of content for sure. And a quick thank you to all the high school coaches who helped us cover high school golf this year. First year covering high school golf. Obviously, we want to build on it next year. I think a lot of people were excited about it, and we had tons of great reaction from it. So thank you to all those coaches that sent us scores and stats and helped me out with coverage. Nick Maresca included. He's the one that started it. So thank you to all of them. It was a lot of fun, and looking forward to building on that next year. All right, that's enough of me talking. Quick Bruins minute. They're up 1-0 against the Isles. What do you got?
Not much. That was a heartbreaker the other night.
Well, it's amazing that they came back.
They were down 3-1. I bet them live 525. So I hit the Montreal money line earlier that night. I hit the over in the Bruins game, and I thought I was going to hit the trifecta. And yeah, it was just a bad pass by Lazon. Just a freak pass. You know what I mean?
Skate,
Crap happens. But yeah, it was a hell of a wrist shot by Cizikas. Pretty much nothing Tuca could do about it. From what I'm watching tonight, we look all right. A lot of the NHL Network people had the Islanders winning outright tonight. So that's a little disheartening.
I'm sure Nassau Coliseum is buzzing.
Oh yeah. Well, this is potentially the last series. So, this is the last season, we should say, because they're moving to Belmont next year. So, I mean, I say my original prediction was 5 or 6. I'd probably say 6 or 7 now, just because the Isles are that good. They got Barzal and Bailey and all those guys. Oh, hit the post. Jeez. So I do not think anybody's going to beat Colorado, including the Bruins. Did you watch any of that game last night?
Yeah.
Vegas is good.
Yeah.
Vegas is so good.
Vegas held right with them. By the way, can I just is this Montreal Canadiens come back against Toronto? Is this so spur them on to some ridiculous run that they have no business being on?
Imagine Canadiens Bruins Stanley Cup final.
It's still possible.
Could you imagine that? Oh my God!
I think the Avs are going to end their hopes real quick.
But they won last night. They beat Winnipeg handily 5-3, 6-4, something like that.
I thought it was 5-2,
or whatever, 5-2, whatever it was. That was a good game too. They were left for dead pretty much at the end of the season, and I mean Toronto's Toronto, whatever. Nothing gives me more satisfaction than grinding it into Toronto. But yeah. So what? The winner of Vegas and Colorado plays the winner of the Canadian division. Correct. Yeah. So I don't think the Canadians beat Vegas or Colorado. Right. I'm going to be honest with you. The Bruins, but crazier craps happen. So I mean, I don't know, but I really don't think so.
And the Bruins have to play the Lightning, which would be a doozy.
Man, with the way they're shellacking Carolina, man. That first game was insane. The second game was a little bit better for Carolina, but man, I don't know. It's the correct 4 teams came out of those divisions. Even though I would have loved to see Florida upset, the Panthers upset because Achari and what's his face? I can't remember his name. Former Bruin.
Corrali?
No.
Something with a V, right?
Vetrano. Yeah.
There you go.
So that's enough of me babbling. Bruins in 6 or 7. I'm leaning towards 7 now.
And hopefully no more Thursday night games.
Oh yeah. What's that?
How far do the Nets go?
How far do the Nets go?
Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets.
Probably to the finals.
A feel-good story there.
Yeah, feel good. Yeah. Oh, what's your take on the whole stomping on the logo?
I don't care.
No. I mean, not a lot of people do. I mean, it's like in the sports world, like remember when Baker Mayfield did it?
Well, the Baltimore Ravens did it.
Baltimore Ravens did it.
Like
somebody stepped.
I don't care about
a bunch of people stepped on the star at the Palace.
1960s logo that probably is old and silly. I do have a take, but I will tell you on the Danny Ainge Brad Stevens situation.
How nuts was that?
So I will tell you that despite what the Celtics want you to think in their dumb little press release, which was complete nonsense, Danny Ainge got fired.
Of course he did. And they wanted to save face because he has tenure.
Brad Stevens was reassigned. Look at it that way.
Of course.
Look at it that way. So
that was a pitiful. Did you listen to the press conference? It was pitiful. It was awful.
It was kind of a joke.
I was listening to Gresham Keefe, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, this sucks.
And the
Ainge got fired, but because he has tenure there, they wanted to.
Well, they wanted to disrespectfully let him go.
And then Brad sucked towards the end, so they re-signed
and the team doesn't listen to him. No. So that's what happened there. So you heard it here first.
They said that
inside journalism.
The word on the street is that the chick from San Antonio, Popovich's assistant, is in the running for the head coach job.
It's gonna be her.
Well, I forget what her name is. Hammond.
Yeah, Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond. Yes.
Scal said Carol Lawson.
Oh, okay. All right.
From Duke. She was an assistant, and then she.
Well, word on the street is that they're gonna screw over the season and then get Krzyzewski when he comes back.
No, he's not gonna. He's 70-something years old.
It don't matter.
But
he's retiring after the season.
And I will tell you this nugget that I learned.
Oh boy.
Supposedly, Danny Ainge, of course, is not actually retiring.
No. Supposedly,
he bought property in Utah, and his buddy from BYU is actually he's the kid's father-in-law, owns the Utah Jazz. And so the word on the street is that he's going to be an advisor for Utah after taking a year off.
That's what I heard. He was going to take a year off.
That's the rumbling. So don't believe the Celtics press release nonsense.
It's all
It's all nonsense.
Yeah.
They're still bragging about Danny Ainge's trade with the Brooklyn Nets, where you got all these draft picks.
All these draft picks.
How did that work out? Now the Brooklyn Nets going to win a title. So
So in your it's going to be. I don't think anybody in the West is going to beat them, right? Maybe
no.
Utah?
It's going to be the East.
It's going to be
Milwaukee. It's going to be Milwaukee. If anybody beats them, it'll be the East. So, anyways,
I'm not going to lie. I think the Nets steamroll Milwaukee.
It's the NBA. The NBA can make whatever they want to happen.
That's why I hate it.
So anyway, Pat Ford has a show coming up. We think. But if not, tune into Coalition Talk Radio anyways, and just hang out.
Or if you are interested in following all the controversies du jour, then go to facebook.com/coalition radio on the Mighty Mighty Twitter.
I don't think anybody heard what you just said. But anyway, check out Coalition Radio Network on Facebook. And if Pat does have a show, we think he has a show. He told me he has a show. Then check him out later tonight for those that like your political stuff, which is not me. So anyway, we're getting out here. Busy couple days coming up, so stay tuned. And thanks to everybody for the support, and we're continuing to grow and grow more. So that's what we're going to try to do. Super excited for the weeks coming up. So thanks, everybody. Have a great night. And again, congrats to our buddy Scotty Boulos on getting married this weekend.
Congrats, Scotty.
And so we will talk to you this weekend.